and we in the music business.
Yeah.
So like the music is the fun part. The business part is what requires strategy. It requires long-term vision and planning. And I think a lot of people get that confused. And see, we're the type of artists that we ultimately want to have our own legacy, and we're really getting it out the mud. You know what I mean? Like when people say that, it sound cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But the work, you know what I'm saying? Like case in point, the floors that these chairs are on, we put these in the ground.
Yeah.
We built this room. We brought, you know what I'm saying? This is really out the mud. So when we look at what we're doing, it takes a little longer because we didn't really focus on the shiny things first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We focus on the fundamentals.
When you first come in the game, look how they play. Then you at the top of the world, look how they wave to you. From Narsie to Madison Square, the only thing that mattered was just a matter of years. So, this hard work pay off when time is money, but you got the nerve to take a day off. So nigga, what you waiting for, the pussy or the Grammy? Anticipating gold like anticipating pennies.
Good friends.
This is Binnie Musa.
And we are the Balance Effect Podcast here promoting entrepreneurship,
Yes, sir.
promoting, minorities, Black and Latin people making it, trying to strive for better, just everything, right? We went through a whole pandemic. We still going through it. But we trying to get about the mud. Like we say in my fantasy football league, out the mud. So, before I introduce, Binnie's a part of it, but before I introduce like the whole collective of Red Autumn, the reason why I wanted to do this was because, when me and Binnie been friends for a long time.
Facts.
Like 12, I would say between like 15 years now, right? Almost?
Yeah.
12,
Yo,
like
how
12,
you do it, bro? How you do it?
Yo,
How
y'all,
you do it, Gabe?
before he answers that, like y'all gotta understand, I was 1,000 times worse
Right.
when we first clicked up.
Right.
I'm telling y'all now,
Right.
come on, y'all.
Like I'm the type. I'll be honest with you. Just to give you a synopsis. I'm the type. I'm a giver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you my man, I'm gonna try to go 110% for you because you my man. Because that's the bond we built. I don't have a lot of friends, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said,
Are you gonna tell them Mr. Mike?
nah, I'm not gonna even go into Mr. Mike stuff. There was certain situations that made me question Binnie's character back then, right? Because certain shit that I would do for him, like it just wasn't reciprocal, wasn't being reciprocated at the time. So we just gonna keep it like that. But that's been my man ever since, right?
Binnie dyslexic, so he kind of handicapped.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Yo,
Don't disrespect.
I'm like,
no,
and then he like, and then the thing about it, I check him on the shit. He's like, well, we could fight, you know what I mean? And that's good. I'm like, yo, bro, man, like,
Have you ever fought, Binnie?
Yeah.
You ever like
we almost got knuckled up one time. Like it got bad one time.
For real?
Yeah, one time.
I've been in brawls of police.
Yeah, like
I ain't gonna-
yeah.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie, Binnie look like he do scissor kicks.
You like all you do is kick. You want to go, huh? You want to go?
Yo,
You want to go, huh?
Right. So like that was the whole thing with us. Like the one time we were gonna knuckle up, it was some bullshit, and it was his fault because I was just trying to make sure he was good, and he wasn't just trying to hear it. Yeah. And like then it got a little disrespectful, whatever the case may be. But things were separated, things were said, and we've been friends. Like
that
it was nothing.
That was quick too.
It was like a 2-minute thing, bro. Like
I really said it like on some casual shit, like you fight if you
yeah.
want
I'm
to.
like, and I was like, what, nigga? Like I like
you should have punched me in my face.
Yo,
if
so,
you like
I was like,
yeah.
It was crazy.
You know what's funny is Binnie told me the story.
Yeah. Right.
You definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm an asshole. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Then I met you guys, and I was like, okay, I'm not that bad.
Yeah. That's crazy. But so when he came down to New York, I definitely was trying to help him out as much as he can, even though we were on the same path at a certain point, but then we kind of drifted because of not the friendship, but as what our life path, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because at the time we were into music, and then I got into something I wasn't really feeling the music thing at that point, and I was like, yo, listen, I can try to help you as much as I can, but that's just not where I'm at right now. Yeah. And then he told me that he started doing other things. He was fucking with some nigga that I didn't really fuck with at the time. We're not gonna mention anybody's name, but I wasn't feeling homie. I felt like he was taking advantage of the nigga and shit like that. So if you my man, I'm gonna try to tell you what's up.
Yeah.
But you gotta let your man do what he do, right?
Yeah, facts.
So, making a long story short, he started telling me about it. Yo, I'm fucking with these niggas out in Brooklyn. I'm like, I'm from Uptown, right?
That
I'm
pause.
from Uptown. I was like, I don't know, man. Like,
pause.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, he's like, yo, listen, I'm messing with these dudes out in Brooklyn. Like, they really official. You know what I'm saying? And then he told me everything. Like, it wasn't just the fact of the brotherhood, but it's the fact of how you embrace him just like I would embrace him.
Yeah.
So I was like, if y'all fuck with him, I fuck with y'all.
Yeah.
So after that, it was like you was my man's off rip. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, as soon as I did this thing, I was like, yo, I need to do a Leaf episode because I want to highlight what they doing, the collective, you know, how you guys came together, how you guys kind of put things together and kind of like been grinding on your own because it's hard to make it out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing it in 2012. I was telling the God I was dealing with, you know, the people that's out now is what I wanted to do with him back then, but he didn't see the vision of what I was trying to do at that time. But now that I see what you guys are doing, I really fuck with it. Any way I can support it, I'm gonna support it.
You know, so crazy.
Right.
You actually know him.
Oh,
The person I was talking about.
Right. He's Big Poppy Lokester, like y'all niggas.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Oh, yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, like the wild part is when we reconnected was the same session.
Say less.
Yeah.
I know you talking about.
Right. So
You know what I mean?
that's what happened. So, you know, with no further ado, man, I really wanted to highlight these individuals, this collective, for pushing it forward and giving it forward, right? You know what I mean? Because that's what y'all been doing.
Yeah.
So definitely clap it up for the Leaf, for Red Auto Studios, man.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Big shit, you know
I
what
appreciate y'all, man.
You know what I mean? Gang signs and shit, you know.
Yo, so first of all, we gonna I'm gonna introduce y'all going from what's his left side to right, and then so our viewers can see it. So starting off with over here this my man the Black Israelite.
The black
AKA blue collar player, baby. Yeah. Binnie Musa, yeah.
Come on, can you say it with a little more emphasis, man? Like
I'm
these are
player
church
today,
mics,
baby.
man.
Nah,
Loosen up your turban.
So the turban is giving him trouble.
Yeah, loosen up the turban.
gotta
man.
keep the anyway, I go by Binnie Musa, proud co-founder member of Red Autumn.
That was bad underwhelming, my nigga.
Damn,
I'm about to tear this shit up,
All
nigga.
right,
This
go
is
ahead,
Rell
yeah.
Gato, the biggest fucking leaf on the planet.
Yeah.
You heard? The founding member of the Leaf, the seed planter. You know what I'm saying? I plant seeds in your girl. Leaf gang, you heard?
Can I do mine over again?
That was
intense.
intense.
Damn.
That was intense.
Facts.
You can't
There's
really
no
do
way to follow up with that.
Right.
My name is Narsie. I'm an
Gotta go with
artist, universal creator.
Yes, sir.
I do what I want when I please. Leaf.
That was fire.
That was
hard.
Do what I want when I
Hey, we
please.
gotta get your intro together, bro.
Yeah.
You came over here and sound like a little bitch. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
What's the big Binnie Musa, nigga?
Yeah, talk your shit.
So like, you know, getting into that, like what made you, so who was the sole founder member? Like I know was it collectively all y'all three that founded it, or was it just like, you know, Rell was like, okay, I'm gonna call my man Binnie, I'm gonna call my man Narsie, and we just gonna do something
Gang,
collectively.
you just told niggas the story.
Yeah. No suspense.
Rell kind of already had it
Right.
like tucked away.
Yeah.
Right.
When we was with another rap group. We was with a rap group named TTF.
Wait, shout out to TTF.
Shout out to TTF.
Chachi, Space God.
It kind of helped us,
Yeah.
like it kind of molded us into what we are today. So Rell already had that, had Red Autumn already going.
Yeah.
It was just now like,
It was a production company.
Yeah.
It still is a production company.
so it was like who else was going to fuck with it?
Yeah.
Then that time came and it was like, Binnie, me, it was us three.
Yeah. Let me
Go.
So me and Dada grew up together. I knew Dada since we were like, Dada's a little bit younger than me, but I met Dada when he's about 15.
Younger.
Probably younger, yeah.
I was 10 years old.
Yeah, young. We were young. So I was like 14. You feel me? He from Canarsie. He lived there in Canarsie longer than me. That's our original area. And then I came to Canarsie and I met him in the Builder Seat on 80s. We from the same area. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I mean? I got into some trouble when I was younger. So, my mom's kicked me out, went to go live with my pops. You know what I mean? And then I came back to the hood and first person I linked up with was him. And he was rapping before, but, you know what I mean? Like we still was kind of, you know what I mean, doing certain things. We wasn't really taking it too serious. And then me and him clicked up and, you know what I'm saying? When I first got into the whole Red Autumn thing, it started as a production company, meaning the studios and the videos. It wasn't like the label and it wasn't like this Leaf thing that we all built. It was just more so having recording studios, having the video thing going on, like just the back end stuff. And then we had the rap group TTF, like me and him was a part of before, but I was still running Red Autumn Studios, and that's how everything connected with Binnie. Binnie was actually a client of Red Autumn Studios.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you,
And also too, we gotta go deeper into the story when we talk about like the root of it all, which is like
oh yeah,
grandma.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's a whole.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like one thing I'll say from the outside looking in is that we're all sitting in a part of history for real. For real. I'm talking about American history. Like it all aligns, and bro will explain more on that. But when I had met Rell, this was in the Bronx. This is actually around the time of we started to click up on the music thing, but I was working at that studio out in the Bronx, like up on East Chester Ave area. And you had won like some type of competition or something like
I
that?
was doing the,
Rap,
the showcase
yeah,
circuits. Remember
yeah,
them shits?
yep.
I'm fucking terrible. Yo, I want my fucking money back. You heard? That was some bullshit. Yo, the trophy broke and all, bro.
Oh, nah. So,
And it was a bullshit interview.
yeah, bro.
Go ahead, continue.
So
though.
this was back when
It wasn't like this. This is fire.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
It wasn't balanced. You like that?
This is fire, bro.
I'm about to copyright that. Bro.
This is like back in those days too. I was getting into my real deep hippie phase, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah, if you could attest to that, you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was
he,
floating.
I was
Yeah,
floating.
yeah.
I
He
ain't
was-
gonna lie.
he
Yo, bro,
had
you
Jack-
was a weird kid,
Yeah.
son. Like, you
Yeah.
were weird, bro.
he was
Yeah.
very eclectic. He was very eclectic when it came to his music. though.
Absolutely.
I don't
that
even,
was-
I don't
Binnie is
even know
still
if-
like that.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
he
like
said-
that.
Binnie's
yeah.
still like that.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yo, bro, let's listen to Pink Floyd. I'm like, I'm not bumping that shit in my car. I'm like, Pink Floyd,
Yeah,
dog.
man.
I'm like, what are you talking
No
about?
mind for Pink.
Nah, see, that's the crazy part though. That's the part where we all kind of like people will walk in and me and Binnie are being here listening to like 50 music from the 50s.
Right.
And niggas be looking at us like, what the fuck y'all know about? We actually know the shit word for word.
Yeah,
like
right, fact.
that's just like you get rapped out
Yeah.
sometimes.
Or
don't
you
wanna
could catch you could catch me on a good day listening to Metallica,
That's a fact.
madly in anger.
Yeah.
Can I curse on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever fucked the business of Metallica?
Nah, you devious, bro.
Madly in anger with you.
Yo, he's
Like
wildin'.
if I were to do the rock thing, I'd probably do like alternative, man. I like Hoobastank Stain.
Okay.
Those type of people, like
bro,
I was
yeah.
like where they singing. And
What about
shit.
Maroon 5?
Maroon 5 is good.
That's
Maroon
my
5
guys.
is good.
Yeah.
Adam Levine is
Nickelback
great.
was fire too.
Nickelback,
Nickelback
Photographs
was
was a
fire.
good song. You know what I mean? I like
This
it.
is how you remind me.
Fact.
Right. But my man put me on the Stain, and then when I was listening to that shit, I was like, damn, this nigga is nice. And like
Yeah.
that's kind of like where the music came up. The reason why we started music, I'm not gonna say that we started music together or he started music because of me. We started music together
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
And
Recording
I remember,
techniques 101.
yeah, it was bad. Like I made like the most horrible beats ever in my life, bro. That's
You
what
making beats?
Yes.
Nah,
yes,
I gotta
bro.
hear one.
Yo,
of
he
those.
used to call himself Bills. What was it? Bills the Beast? Bills is a Beast. What was the song?
That's so weird.
Bills is a Beast. Something like that.
It was bad. It was bad,
That's
bro.
terrible.
Yo.
Fail rapper.
Phil
I
Rapper
want
show.
fail rapper show, bro.
I want the
Real
cars,
shit.
the money, the clothes, the hoes.
Uh.
How did that fucking chorus go, bro?
That's
It's
fire.
deep buried.
Yo,
Bottom of the Aegean, bro.
speaking of, you see how he just did that? What is the first song you ever learned word for word? I thought about this earlier today,
That's
right?
a good
That
question.
made you like, yo, I love music.
I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't divide us while we dropping these mockeries. Lyrically performed on robbery.
Flee with the lottery.
Possibly they spotted me.
Yeah.
Battlestar Shogun.
Explosion when my pen hits tremendous. Ultraviolet
Ultraviolet
shine forensics. I expect you through the future, see millennium. Killer B sold 50 gold, 60 platinum.
I'm a little jealous.
That was hard.
Wu-Tang, that shit
That's
is
just-
hard,
Because
bro.
I don't remember lyrics for nothing.
Nah.
Yeah.
So that was special.
Benny's dyslexic.
Hell yeah. Yo, it's going,
Damn,
yo,
like,
I
you made me
just
think.
discovered that like this year. But my favorite song is DMX, Lil Snake, Lil Rat, Lil Cat, Lil Dog.
You gotta know the lyrics.
That's a
word for word.
dyslexic flow.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like hat, mat,
So it just
rat,
it's
RP
pat.
DMX too.
Yeah, RP DMX.
RP DMX. Respect.
Damien.
Damien, yeah, that was my
Damien,
favorite.
Damien,
that was like
Damien,
the song
Damien.
that said, yo, that album actually, that's funny enough, was the first album I ever bought, and it said, nah, this hip hop shit, like, yeah, I love it. Like
My first album I bought was College Dropout.
Yeah.
I remember
second
getting
one.
on the
Yeah.
my school was a little far from my house, so I would have to take the city bus.
I love that.
Fucking CD
Yeah.
player didn't have the anti-skip,
Yeah.
so I'm standing there hitting the pumps.
Oh.
And it's like, you Kanye, and the song gets
Yeah.
skipping. But my brother was like, there was this one song on there. it was like my flow is in the pocket like wallets. I got the bounce, I got drollops, I can't call it. I got the swerve like alcohol. Like my freshman year, my brother was like, yo, I bet you could never learn this.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember Thanksgiving. I came in the kitchen.
Sugar Shot?
Yeah, I came in the
Shout out
kitchen
to
rapping
Shot.
that.
Shot always
Everybody was
talk
like,
some shit.
oh, I was like, yo, I was like in the 3rd grade, bro. I walked in the kitchen
I'm trying
rapping
to
that.
catch
Yo,
the
my fault.
beat.
Shy always talking some shit. Oh, Shy, I hope you see this fucking podcast. We're not doing this rap group shit that you keep talking about. We're not rap battling, bro. He's insisting on this rap battling shit. He goes, yo, Rell. Yo, how about you and Dada and Binnie go against me, Roller, and Dex? I'm like, yo, bro.
Shout out to Roller, but I'm not going against Roller.
He probably ain't
Shout
here
out to Roller.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Shout out to somebody
Roller,
live.
I'm not doing it.
But yeah, go ahead. My fault, Gabe.
No, it's good. I was actually soaking it in, trying to think about what song I learned word for word that made me say I love music. Shit, that's tough, man. For me, it's tough because I would say that like when I first discovered music, it was through like them being around them. Like I always chill with people older than me.
Yeah.
So I listened to my cousin had this 1998 Ford Explorer where he had you remember the old CD books?
The Eddie Bauer
Oh,
joint.
man.
Oh, yeah.
The Eddie Bauer Ford Explorers.
Right. So he had, I still got the shit in my trunk right now. It's crazy. But to make a long story short, what I would say the first, I think I would have to say Juicy, bro.
Oh, word?
Okay, yeah.
Biggie?
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a good one.
That's a
I would have to
good
say
one.
Juicy. And you know why? Because at the time, I didn't know what he was saying. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying, but I was saying it wrong. I said it wrong for like maybe 5 years.
The hook or the verse?
The verses. I was saying it wrong, and my cousin was like, yo, dogs, you're saying it wrong.
You might
bro.
be dyslexic like Binnie.
No, it wasn't that I was dyslexic. It's just that the fact of the matter was that I was always listening to the dirty versions, and when I would always hear it on the radio,
The clean
Oh, yeah,
version.
clean
Come
versions.
on, okay.
So I was just like, yeah, no. I didn't. But yeah, Juicy. I would have to say Juicy, and probably, I would have to say, tell me what you want from me, man, Mace, man. I think.
Mace had it.
I think that was. I think
That was
those. Was,
hard.
I think
That's
those.
a
I
hard
think those two. I think those two was the one. Know what I mean, now Mace be
You
the
had to
man.
bring
Want to see.
Yeah, you had to come with your uptown
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'm shocked you ain't say Big Pun or some shit
Nah,
like that.
no,
Oh, y'all
no.
motherfuckers the same.
Nah, Big Pun is nice, but I didn't really get into Big Pun till after Capital Punishment. Yeah, Baby was when I was, because that was in the time I was still buying CDs. So like when like Uptown, like you get like I don't know if y'all had over here, like it was like was it JVS?
Yeah,
JVC?
we had that.
Yeah,
Right?
we had that.
So
and we had the Wiz. If you,
The Wiz,
yeah, we had
the
those,
Wiz,
yeah.
right? So that's because like that's like all that FYE shit, that shit wasn't around. Like I wasn't in the hood, so it was either the Wiz or that JVS shit, JVC shit. So I remember the shit was $9.99, bro, for the
Yo,
Yeah Baby
I
joint.
remember the whole 50 Cent album when it first dropped was
Oh, my God.
$19.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna
I
ask
bought
y'all
that too.
Yeah, I
about
bought that too.
Like, so I experienced certain rappers like from afar, right? Like I knew what it was when 50 Cent hit. Like
Yeah.
it was like middle school, like it was nothing but, you know what I'm saying? But how did it feel for y'all, for like people like 50 Cent, Dipset, even, you know, back to like Biggie?
I could tell you, like, from my standpoint, when 50 Cent dropped, it was like, that shit made us want to hit the streets and really go crazy. Cause like we was little niggas in the streets.
Yeah.
So that's like his music really like, we was robbing niggas to his music.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we was robbing like the stores that y'all playing Pokemon cards in the store. We them elementary school kids that was gonna rob your ass. 50 Cent just dropped. Like
When 50 dropped, it was before I moved to Canarsie, right? And I was wilding out. And I remember fighting to this nigga album. Like, he cocking and dumping the drama really,
yo,
like going through, keep thinking I'm candy. And I'm walking around to my fucking school. That shit was like, it was, 50 had the whole Brooklyn programmed in a crazy way. He did it. And then, you know who else did it too for us? Young Jeezy.
Oh,
Believe it or
yeah.
not, Young
That's
Jeezy,
one of my
that
favorite
Thug
rappers.
Motivation,
Yeah.
that 101,
You
when
guys
that
believe.
hit Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That hit Brooklyn.
before
a certain type
Jeezy
of
did that though, it was definitely Dipset.
Yeah, Dipset.
Because
Yeah.
they had that we riding that. I
Yeah.
seen little niggas that was like nowhere close to banging thinking they was blood.
Right.
Like just coming to school wearing blood flags because Dipset made it cool. Like
Right.
thinking that it's all fashion, but you coming to school wearing some shit that niggas is really dying for.
Right.
Like I was seeing it firsthand. Like I'm like, yo, bro, I'm a kid. I was in the streets, but there was kids that wasn't in the streets coming to school dressed like this, and I'm like, what's that you in, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Blue.
Yeah.
Nigga, what?
New York, to answer your question, Benny, when them albums came out, that was, to me, growing up in that, being in that was prime New York City.
Right.
Because you got to remember who was out at the time. Like, it was like rap super groups.
Yeah.
No, it was. It was.
Niggas had
Rockefeller.
Niggas had Rockefeller. Murder Inc. had a crazy run.
Yeah,
Terrence Scrawl was fucking shit up in the
D-Block.
Bronx.
It's true.
D-Block.
Yep.
Right? So
The
it was
Locks, like
G-Unit. It was like,
Yep.
it was a time where you turn on Hot 97 and you listen to Funk Flex and you really hear the soundtrack to what people like me and him who grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and in the Bronx. Because shout out to the Bronx. I used to live in FIP, Fort Independence Projects. You can't talk bad about Pun in the Bronx, bro. You can't talk bad about Fat Joe. They will cut your face. They're not playing about them guys. So I remember I met Fat Joe. I was starstruck. I met him on 231st and Broadway. Starstruck. I never seen a chain that big. He signed my Air Jordan 4. That era, that time period was premier New York City music. It is not.
It will never be that.
It will never be that.
Nah, it'll
that
never be
was
that.
a movement.
But would you say that would be that's bigger than 1998? Because a lot of people kind of compare like between like I would say like 97, 99, right?
Yeah.
After Biggie and Pac died, right?
Yeah.
You had like that string of DMX's Mace, the rise of Jay-Z, right? You had who else you had? You had Nori was going crazy. Right? You had that 2 year period, right? And then you had 2002, you had the emergence of, The Rock, where Cam came on and went crazy. Yeah. Then you had 50 Cent. You had the whole State Property.
I was a
G-Unit. G-Unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, would you say if you were to compare both eras, which one in your opinion,
you got to give
more
era context. Era's a 10-year span.
Okay, so
Era can't be a 2-year span.
Well,
if he's gonna talk 2 year span, I get what he's hypothetical.
Right, 2 years.
Yeah, I'm saying the 2 years. Okay, so I'm talking about the run because like think about it. When you look at those runs, it was really only 2 years when they had like the rap supergroup thing, right?
Yeah.
And that year where there was $1 million budgets for videos was a 2-3 year period.
Yeah.
Right? Because after like 2001, niggas was not paying $1 million, $2 million
it depends.
for videos and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about.
It depends. Nah, they were.
Right.
It depends. That the run for New York City rap music really ended like 2000 and like I want to say
5, 4.
Nah, it stretched a little bit longer than
like
that.
08?
Nah,
No, 07?
I want to go to 2010.
You say
that's
that?
when you start seeing the decline because the South started going crazy.
I feel like the South kind of went crazy.
Nah, it wasn't
did.
2006.
But
I think
it
it was
started.
2006.
It started with it was the lean with a rock with it time.
Right.
That's the
That's
2005,
2004,
2006.
Yeah,
Right.
but rap still. New York City rap still wasn't gone. It
Right.
wasn't.
Nah,
like,
it was only one person holding that at the time. That was 50.
Nah, you bugging.
50
was
J.
the only
Fab
person.
had it. Jay had it. Fab was a factor.
Not
Right. Let's not
continental US.
How could we not take out? How could we not forget Busta Rhymes? Flip Mode. He's a New York artist.
Nah,
Right,
but not
right.
that 50 was the one that was really
50
was holding
50.
the torch
I'm
at
not.
that time.
I will never argue that 50's dominance in his reign. That was what it was. But to say New York was completely done after 2010, I respectfully disagree.
Before 2000.
Pardon me.
I think
I
it
would
was
say 2006, 2007. That's when you started to kind of really see the South go crazy.
That was the lean with a rock with it.
right. That was the lean with the rock.
Well, I would think
came out. It was
Yeah.
but that's what Carter 2 was what 2006, right?
Yeah.
06.
Carter because
06,
07
07.
came out 08.
You
right?
still
I
had
don't remember.
Kanye West out
Right.
at that time.
Because Obama was the president in 08. That's my
Yeah,
president is
facts.
black era. That's when the
Yeah.
South had it.
Yeah,
Right.
you're
But I would but the reason why I'm saying that is because like I'm thinking about from a New York perspective, who other than you have 50 Cent, 2006 you got Ballin'. That's the biggest record of the year.
Come on, lean back.
Lean back was 04.
It was 04? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
it was
04.
05. I thought it was
04 was lean back. The
04 Murder Inc. was still wilding.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Ja Rule still had it for a little bit, but then, they got that court or whatever court case, and it was done with them. So I'm saying, like, as far as eras, like, which one do you think? I mean, obviously, one, you would say, in my opinion, if you're talking about historically, I would say 98,
Yeah.
right?
The 97, 98.
Right, but because I was still a youngin at that time,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to process that ever. As I wasn't going to the Gilded Lily or none of them places at that time. I wasn't going to Club Exit those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the 2002, 2003, 2004 era, where like niggas really thought they was Purple City Burger, bro.
I did.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I sure did.
I thought I was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it up with you.
I made myself a pair. I bought a pair of white Uptowns, cut a purple flag, and got it on there. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like
I was making
you
Uptowns
really
at the
thought you
time.
was 100 from 152nd Street in Amsterdam,
But-
bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like, and I could say this, bro. It's hard to say which era had it, but if you had to really say which had the craziest talent, it had to be, I wouldn't call it the 98 era. I would call it the 97 era. The 97 to 2000, I would give it 3 years because that was the shiny suit era, but you also had that dirty, you know what I'm saying, shit going on too. And then you got to remember, you had the shiny suit era, then you had the DMX era. So it was like the best of both worlds. You had the fly shit going on, but you had the dog shit. Niggas underestimate that was a Mobb Deep time too.
Right.
Let's not fuck around and forget that. These are like classic records that came out
At that
during
time.
that 3 years. I don't think you could put. I don't think you could put in a 2 year span. I think it got to be 3 or more because of how it would roll over. Like during that time period, New York really didn't have a break.
You could say 97 to 01, to be honest with you. Yeah, you could.
Because Get Rich or Die Trying came out 01.
02.
02.
And that
February.
change, I would say that was a change of the guard. Because,
Yeah.
like, you know, 01, that's when the blueprint was out. Like,
Yeah.
that was a stamp
But that
on that.
okay, that was a stamp. But then if you thinking about it, Blueprint didn't get a real wasn't critical. It got 5 mics on, so that shit don't exist no more, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it wasn't really received like a Reasonable Doubt till years later.
But Reasonable Doubt wasn't received until years
Right,
later.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right? So like, I wouldn't say like you could. That's when that came out, but the reason why I'm saying so, I said like I'm gonna give you that 2 year span, right? 97, you had Harlem World drop. You had 98. You also had Volume 1 Jay-Z drop, right?
Yeah.
Then going into the top of 98, you had Noriega. You had Capital Punishment. You had Foxy Brown. You had right. You also had Little Kim, right? You also had DMX's second album, number 1 album, right?
Yeah.
They thought he was a demon, dog.
Yeah.
They thought he was a Satan, bro. Like, what nigga comes out with a second album in 6 months?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you got Jay-Z Volume 2 came out in November.
Wu-Tang album.
Wu-Tang album also
The
came out.
Wu-Tang Forever double album.
Right? That also came down, and that's
Hello.
fresh. And that's fresh. And you're not even forgetting that Big's double album came out in 97 as
Facts.
well.
Oh,
Life After Death.
Life After Death.
That's why I said that era was the best.
You get what I'm saying?
97 was that.
That was a-
97 year alone.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
that was a crazy
You
era.
get what I'm saying? So like for all those people to come out at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like critically acclaimed albums, yo, like I don't even know right now. I can't tell you the last time I really went through an album from beginning to end. The last album I could tell you that I did that, and I'm a big Kanye fan, was probably Jay-Z American Gangster.
Yeah, oh my God, son.
Beginning to end.
Beginning to end.
Mine
That's
just,
such a classic.
Last
album.
one I did that with was Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah, damn.
Damn.
I listen to Astro World from beginning to end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a
Sonically, it's good.
sonically
Sonically,
it's
it's
good.
good.
Sonically, it's
There's been scatters like
Yeah,
when we listen to Birds of the Trap.
yeah.
That was one.
Damn, like you
Damn.
said, Kendrick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn is definitely one of those. That you gotta,
But how we jump to this topic? What would we start off with?
We started
the founder story.
We talk about what the founder story we was talking about. We was just getting into like we was talking about Binnie and his different weirdness of music and stuff like that. We started talking about music, but just getting back to like the overall thing. Like you guys founded this. Well, all right, when was it formed? What year would you say?
So, like I said, the production company was founded. I founded the production company in my mom's crib, like around, I want to say 2010,
Okay.
2011, around that time. It's kind of, but the official LLC came about 2014.
Okay.
So, like I said, it started off as a production company. This is my dogs. We was living in Canarsie. And, we was kind of doing what we had to do, just trying to get our bread up and do things, be productive people. And we built a studio in the crib. And, I kind of seen how it was going, like the business, you know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, all right, bet, look, the rap thing is cool, but I know that we're going to have our own stuff to be self-sufficient, you know what I'm saying? So while I got my money coming in, let me start investing in studio equipment. Like, yeah, okay, we all could rap, but we got to look at the whole picture of this entire music game. And I think during that time, Dada, you know what I'm saying, he kind of seen and understand the whole vision of being self-sufficient. He kind of really understood it the most on where we could kind of take it if we just focus on other things that's related to the rap, but outside of the rap. So I started getting my money together, doing a production company first. We still putting music out, but underneath like the rap group that we was before, TTF. And then, you know, we kind of decided to part ways business-wise because we just had a different vision. Me and him, we kind of really, we see a lot in common in terms of just trying to make money, trying to make, you know, productive plays. And, you know, we was in alignment with that. So once I set up the production company, I built the studio in the actual location, got it into a warehouse. And, you know, we was same thing recording. And then that's when Binnie came about. You know, Binnie was recording in my crib where we both lived together at 79th. They actually met before.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I was coming in the crib and Binnie was leaving out the crib.
They met before. And, you know, Binnie was recording in the crib, did his project, and then he went away to like San Francisco. He went to go do like a job project or something. And then, you know, he was going for about 2 years. But me and him was just still hustling. He put out his tape. He put out his project, like Behind a Smile. I did a project called High Frequency. You know what I'm saying? So we still kind of moving around doing our thing and, you know, putting out music, shooting videos and you know, getting things.
Yeah, I seen the videos.
Yeah, getting things going, our early stuff. And then, you know, Binnie came back around. He hit my line and he was like, yo, Rell, you know, I'm looking to book some studio time. So I said, all right, bet. I'm in a new location. I ain't in the crib no more. You know, so he came down to the studio and, you know, we started working on his tape. And then he sat down and he was like, yo, Rell, I see what you're doing. You know, I want to learn the production stuff too. So I said, I bet. You know, we gonna learn it together. So every time I would see him, he would have a new piece of equipment. You know, he started off with a laptop, then he got the focus right, then he got some Yamaha speakers. And then by the third time, he said, yo, you know, Rell, I understand what you're doing. You're gonna need some help. And I said, yeah, welcome.
I wasn't even like,
yeah, he wasn't trying to be on. I said, yeah, thank you. Yeah, help me, please. And then they linked, and then the rest was history. Like once they started to connect outside of me, and you know, they started making music together, and you know, just they started to develop their own commonality with how they see life.
Yeah.
I was very happy because I'm like, yo, here are the two most important people in my life, especially like in business, you know, outside of my blood family. You know what I mean? Like these two guys here is you know, the pillars of this whole Red Autumn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how we kind of do it. And the whole concept, you know what I'm saying, is ill because we all have a choice to be where we want to be. And so we all made the choice to bet on each other. Even when it may look like there's better opportunities, we ain't really go like that. We, you know what I mean? We stay down with what we got going on and we win together and we lose together. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely could attest to that. Like, you know, that commonality, right? When I met Narsie, like I always, honestly, to be honest with you, like I thought he was an uptown nigga too. I thought he was a Harlem, right? I thought he was a Harlem nigga because he got a slick ass mouth like we do, right? Son? So I was like, oh, you know what, man? I really fuck with this dude, man. But then like, what really kind of connected us, you know, kind of as a sidebar was I was sitting home and I was seeing that a lot of the stuff that was going on like around in our area, right? You know, they had just killed
George Floyd,
and he went on his live and he was talking crazy. Like he was like, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Like it's, you know, like we gotta just do some shit or whatever. And I said, yo, bro, I'm gonna jump on your live. We're gonna chop it. And our conversation has stimulated like a whole bunch of other people, like where they wanted to. A lot of people was like they was like commenting, and you know, I gained a few followers off of him. I'm not gonna lie,
I got something.
I gained some followers off of him, but you know, and that conversation has sparked like a march that I ended up doing under the podcast.
Okay,
and you know, we got like maybe 20, 50 people to come march with us from Washington Square Park all the way to One Police Plaza.
That's fire.
And that was on Juneteenth last year. So like, you know, like it's just crazy like how you speak about like, you know, how like you're able to like find things in other people and like we connect and then like we just grow as one. So like that was one thing that I could test when it came to him. But now moving forward, like, so you guys doing this now with the whole Red Autumn. What's the process now, like, moving forward? What are you guys looking to do? Like, are you signing artists? People could book studio time. Like, how's the whole process? What's the day in and day out of Red Autumn Studios?
Go ahead, move.
Yeah, I think because we've been chopping it up about that too. I think we're all in a space where it's like all about expanding into other areas besides the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really solidifying like what we're doing and who we are as businessmen other than just artists. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I think that's like the next direction for real. There's some things on the table that I don't think we could really.
Yeah, it's some positive moves. Top of 2022. But it's gonna put us in a different position.
Yeah,
I would say. It's positive.
Yeah, we've been. I feel like we really practice a lot of the things that like other generations and stuff have been talking about, like group economics and things of that nature. Like we really practice that stuff for real.
Yeah.
We saved a lot of people's like lives and trajectory as well, and touched a lot of people unknowingly. Like the other day, I was in my brother's car with one of his friends, and he was like, "Yo, like I fuck with when you was doing that whole bike series." You know what I'm saying? And like it be things like that. Like we don't really understand our impact sometimes because we're so working all the time. We don't really like try to look around. But I think we're all kind of realizing that it's time for us to also step out as well and receive those flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And continue to keep going and continue to motivate people and things of that nature. Right. But yeah, it's again, it's all about expanding outside of what people normally know us for, which is like the production stuff.
And we in the music business. Yeah. So like the music is the fun part. The business part is what requires strategy. It requires long-term vision and planning. And I think a lot of people get that confused. And see, we're the type of artists that we ultimately want to have our own legacy, and we're really getting it out the mud. You know what I mean? Like when people say that, it sound cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But the work, you know what I'm saying? Like case in point, the floors that these chairs are on, we put these in the ground.
Yeah.
We built this room. We brought, you know what I'm saying? This is really out the mud. So when we look at what we're doing, it takes a little longer because we didn't really focus on the shiny things first. You know what I'm saying? We focus on the fundamentals. I like to look at our team as the Spurs. That Spurs dynasty with Tim Duncan. They'll give you a highlight once in a while, but they'll kill you with a pick and roll and a backdoor cut and fundamentals.
Right.
It wasn't as shiny, but they were a dynasty nevertheless. 5 championships in. Countless
50 plus 1 season.
50 plus 1 season.
20 years straight.
Every team in the NBA. And you can't, and at any night, you have a different superstar. It wasn't just one superstar.
Yeah.
It was a collective.
Manu Ginobili will light you up. Tony Parker will go crazy on you. Then Tim Duncan will just hit 1,000,001 backboard shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we kind of like in our team. You know, we not focused on the flash. We really focus on the foundation.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about getting the job done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Efficiently, effectively. Got you.
And in-house, everything we control, we own, we run. And if I spend money somewhere, I'm going to look to my brother to the left and to the right and see if I can spend money with them first before I tap out to any sort of external resource, unless we all agree, all right, let's put our money outside of the circle. That's what Binnie mean by that group economic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Binnie has a company, Dada has a company, I have a company.
Right.
And we have a company together, and we make all of the companies shop with each other.
Fact.
That's what's up, man. They say that in the black community that when we get our money, our dollar lasts 27 minutes in our community.
Yeah.
In the Chinese community, it'll circulate for 6 weeks before it leaves the community. In a Jewish community, it'll circulate maybe 2-3 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out
before
to
it
them.
leaves.
We
You know
can
what I'm
learn
saying?
from them.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And this attests to what you're talking about, group economics, as far as like your money's constantly circulating within the collective before it ever leaves the whoever goes out the Red Autumn group or whatever, you know?
Right.
So hold up. Let me before I continue, yo. We running ads, man. We gotta get paid, man. So today's episode is sponsored by none other than Ron Brandt North Shop. .shop. We're gonna be posting it up soon and stuff like that. My man, a cameraman got the dope clothes on. He got the NST boots on.
Let's get it.
So definitely, if you want that whole Fear God aesthetic, Kanye feel, you trying to get fly, hit up Ron Brandt North .shop and definitely click in with them.
So fire, by the way.
I was definitely about to take his hoodie when I came. I looked. I was like, "Yo, my man, you want to hang that up?" Lost and found for that shit.
Nah.
It would have been group economics on the hoodie too.
How many times can that hoodie circulate before we gonna let this shit go? Nah, but yeah. So moving on, right? So like as far as like your artistry, like who are your influences and where do you see yourself going individually as artists? Because y'all still artists, right? Y'all collectively a group, y'all have your own companies, but y'all still artists at the end of the day. So where do you feel like you're going, moving forward? Like first with your influences and then where you feel like you're going to as an artist.
So my top 5 influences.
You could do top 5.
Dylan. Because he spit hot fire.
I should have stayed live so he could see that. Yeah. He was on the live.
Yeah. Shout out to Dylan. Classic. Influences. Binnie Musa, Narsie, Jay-Z, right? Influence just on rap, artistry.
Just it doesn't, and not just artistry. It could be like
Binnie Musa, Narsie,
anybody,
Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and I ain't gonna lie,
BMF.
my pops, my pops is the most
realest dude you ever know in your life.
He's the most silliest musical genius you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
He can't tell you a note in any scale. He can't
He'll tell you that shit good right there.
He'll tell you that ain't it. So when I know he's inspired by what we do, then we got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll tell me that guy Binnie Musa's trash.
All right. So as an artist, what do you feel like you're going for moving forward? Like what are projects that people can look forward to?
Can I say it, Binnie? I'm signed to Binnie, so I don't know if I can talk. Go ahead, Binnie. Can I say it?
All right, well, my artist here is dropping a project entitled The Gato Tape.
The Gato.
Okay. What's that?
Nah, he's dropping.
Yeah.
Hold on, now I gotta do this properly. Like,
Let's go.
when I tell you this tape is about to,
What? Yeah, you want to gum?
No, run it up.
yo, this tape is going to slap the world. I'm telling you.
It'll turn your Honda into a Hellcat.
It's gonna turn your
Really?
Honda into a Hellcat, big SRT, red dot, red key. It's that kind of music. It's gonna make everybody. First of all, in New York, everybody's gonna immediately go to the Dodge dealer, and we're all gonna be riding Hellcats the whole summer.
Cash out.
I'm telling you, it's that.
My
like,
credit kind of shot, so I don't know.
Nah, you gonna get it anyway.
All right, cool.
You
gonna run it up?
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gonna run it up?
you
Don't you
gonna
worry
run it
about
up.
that.
Say no more.
Nah, this is incredible. Like just how his process into it was so organic. It was everything that he was just feeling within that moment. He didn't even write the shit. He just went in the booth and went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Fritz plays the beat and he's just in the booth doing this.
Shout out to Fritz, man.
Shout out
he
to
couldn't make it
Fritz.
today.
Shout out
to Fritz, man.
the producer.
The dogs.
When he talks, like when Rell talks about how we inspire each other, that's no cap. But he's not just saying that just because we're next to each other. Like it's legit. You know, I for one sometimes be like, yo, I don't care about rap. Fuck this shit. And then I see him do what he's doing. I see Narsie doing what he's doing. I'm like, nah. I gotta do something. But the other side to it, I ain't gonna go that far yet because we ain't gonna announce that yet. But we'll just say that with everything that we're doing these days as artists, we're trying to make bigger moves other than just putting out the music. You know what I'm saying? It's a documentary to the story of our lives, yes, but we gonna do it fly like how we always do it.
Right. I mean, my man got billboards in Canarsie. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So okay, cool. So we got that. So Narsie, what's your influences and what do you see yourself
My influences is all my brothers. And I won't I'm not gonna sit here and make it like it's just like specifically people. It's my situations, the things I've been through. So that's something I will always look to as a whole. So that's just what I want to say. It's my brothers and my situations that I've been through. Where I see myself later on or doing with music is like a tool. I'm not here to stay and constantly do music. I love music. Music is like I literally enjoy doing music. Like I've cried writing songs. I've laughed writing songs. I've been angry writing songs. I felt every emotion writing songs. It's just something for me to express myself. You got boxers who go in the gym to punch the bag when they angry. We talk to this microphone. This is our therapist. Like so I enjoy doing it, but I definitely see myself doing like acting and fashion and everything else. My thing is to transfer everything over to my kids.
Right.
Before I look for another type of talent, I'm gonna get my kids. I'm gonna grab up my kids.
And invest in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about the babies, man.
Nah, you're right. So Binnie, what's the influences? When I say influences, I don't mean musically. I can mean any influences, right? Things that influence you to just wake up and every morning and just get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's the brotherhood. It's watching these guys do what they do every day and just making sure I'm holding up my end of it as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing crazy, but it's like you gotta love to be a part of like history. I keep saying that, like this ain't no like guys that just got together because we were bored. Nah, there's some historical shit going on from top to bottom. Again, going back into when I was at your grandmother's funeral.
R.P. Granny.
Yeah, R.P. Granny, and just hearing about how like she came up through the Great Migration, what she had to do, the dynamic between his grandpops and her, and how they built what they built for us to then have what we have now.
That's what the company's named after.
Yeah.
So, and I tell it. So Red Autumn is really an ode to my late grandmother and my grandfather. So, my grandmother was a descendant of a slave, right? She used to tell me stories about her mother who was in slavery, the tail end of it, and her grandmother who had whips on her back. She would tell me these things as kids. And how my grandmother came up from the South Carolina on my mother's side. And, she worked in like the factories during the World War, putting pins and grenades on the assembly line. She just tell me stories about people's hands blowing off, you know what I mean? And how, she really came up from a 3rd grade literacy level. And what she was able to do with my grandfather was they was able to purchase a brownstone in Brooklyn. And back in the days, if you know Brooklyn, Park Slope wasn't what you know of it as today, right? Park Slope,
Like
similar
$12 back
similar
in the
to
day.
Harlem. So she
It was something for $1 back
she
then.
was literally she bought the brownstone for about back then what would be the equivalent of like 10 grand. And it was dilapidated. It was a crack house. You know what I'm saying? And drug house, because crack wasn't in her era. It was heroin. So they built it up, they fixed it up, and my grandmother was rebellious in spirit. So she painted the whole brownstone red. And my grandmother was a gardener. So she was always a planter of seeds, and she always was into growing stuff. Them old Southern people.
Right. Grow your
So
own food.
because of that house, because of the foundation that was laid, I was able to get particular opportunities. You know what I'm saying, from that. With the rental income, and we had that in the family for a while. And between doing what I was doing, to get my bread, having a job, and getting some of that, piece of that asset, essentially, I was able to invest in myself and ultimately invest in my guys, really kind of capitalize on what the opportunity was. So the red is a representative of her house, and Autumn is a representative, and you can look this up, Google it, 178 St. John's Place. There was always a big tree that was like right in front of it. And, my grandmother used to tell me stories about, biblical stories about how powerful plants are, how powerful trees are, sowing seeds of knowledge and good deeds and things of that nature. So that's where the autumn comes from. If you know anything about the autumn season, that's the season of harvest. So you plant your seeds during the springtime and you harvest during the fall. So what it stands for, essentially, red being a powerful color in the representation of her house, it stands for powerful harvest. Because we put the seeds in. We plant our own seeds for money trees. And how we do our lingo and the little things that we say to each other is in remembrance of that foundation, because that's really how we all came to be about, because everything sprouted from there. Like I said, Dada lived with me, you feel me, had a tough time in his life, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't understand until as we got older how much of an impact, you know what I'm saying, I was, because I was just living just like him. We didn't quite understood. We knew, but we just kept it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, we get it. But that house, 79th, where I met Binnie, where me and him connected, that came from 178 St. John's Place. That was the seed for everything to grow. And that's what Red Autumn stands for.
That was powerful. That was I don't know how, what I can say after that one.
Don't cry.
No.
That one coming.
That was captivating to say the least.
R.P. Grandma Louise.
R.I.P. to her, man. Definitely instilled a very, very strong foundation within you. So, and this is the fruits of your labor.
Oh, going back to your question too. Ultimately, it's pretty much like taking other mediums of art because they've allowed me to do so. A lot of the things that visually come out, I play a big role in.
Yeah. Binnie's our creative director.
Yeah.
With the videos, concept, rollout. Binnie has a creative mind.
So does he get the rentals too? He get the rentals too?
Absolutely.
He get the rentals too?
Binnie make it happen.
All right, cool, man. So can
Binnie set up this podcast, by the way.
You're right. So can I get a rental too, man?
If you would like.
All right, cool. All right, we got to talk about that off camera. Can I borrow his watch too?
Yeah.
All right.
That's part of the rental package.
All right, cool. Bet.
We got 3 goats in the closet with Cambodian breast milk.
Yeah. Cambodia's the nicest.
Can we do something else though? Can we not be so serious?
Yeah.
No, we're not being serious. Nah, it's just at the end of the day, like I said, like the whole basis of it was to use no highlight. But yeah, we could get into something else.
Free Joe Exotic.
This guy right here. So kind of to end it off on Red Autumn. What's next for you guys? Like, I know you said you got the Gato take coming out.
Yes, sir.
Is Binnie, what's up, man? When you gonna drop that stuff? I'm gonna tell you right now. So he sent me. So like, he sends me all his stuff, right?
Yeah.
Don't have faith in Binnie. Yeah. Fuck Binnie.
So he sends me all his stuff, right? So like, he's like, yo, bro, I need you to give me a track listing, right? Dude sends me 50 songs.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible.
Right? He sends me 50 songs, right? And I'm going through it. And mind you, they're not mixed, right? So I'm just like, Nick, what am I supposed to do with this, bro? Like, I don't got the right speakers. I'm listening through my headphones. So I'm basically going to hear this shit unmixed, right? So basically he's telling me, all right, so he's like, all right, from this track, listen, I need you to make, I need you to come up with an album title. I'm like, okay, what was in your mind space? Like, so I'm supposed to be his Diddy or some shit like that, right?
Binnie's dyslexic.
Right, so I'm just like,
Stop trying to save him with that shit.
So and this is why his name is Binnie, right? Because this is some typical Binnie nigga shit.
He even spelled that wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
His shit is spelled Benet. Eric Benet.
Yo, shout out to my cousin who actually had his artist name is Kwame Benet.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
So like like he sends
spell it.
so he sends me 50 tracks and he's like, yo, come with an album title. So I'm like, okay, so I'm kind of feeling what he's trying to do, like where he's at. So like I'm like, okay, so I feel like this is like what you're trying to do is kind of like what what's homie's name? The trap nigga was his name? No, not Bryson.
Where you from?
Where he calls himself Lenny too, but like his
St.
St.
John.
John,
I like
right?
St. John.
St. John. So I
Put
was
me on to St. John.
That's
Yeah.
my guy.
right.
There.
He my man Ron was the one that put me on to St. John, and I was like, "Yo, this is nice, whatever." And I was kind of seeing because he like they
He
kind
ain't
of
fucking with Benny, respectfully though.
Nah, he not fucking with Benny. I don't think he is fucking. But I'm talking about as far as like the direction where he wanted to go with that particular album that he was sending me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, but this is what I want you to do the twist on it. So, Benny, when you gonna finally come out with that music? Because you sent me all that shit.
Well, some of it came out with the War EP.
Right.
That's out right now. Please
Yeah.
go stream that.
Yo, go stream that. Go
We
stream
need
that.
some money. Like
Yeah,
let's
facts.
let's get right to it. Okay.
Yo, I hate it here.
Let's get right to it. Okay.
I don't
As
wanna
a matter of
be
fact,
here,
don't
man.
even stream it. Hit us up
Buy-
directly and buy a CD.
Yeah.
Right.
We will make the CD on scratch. We will burn it out of this computer, and Benny will write his name on it and
Nigga
put
said, I
War
do
EP.
not want to be
Look,
here.
let me tell you something. The viewers, everybody watching, if you like an artist, please support them because this is a hard game to play in right now. So if you like an artist, if you like a podcast, support them because it's a relationship that we trying to develop, right?
Right.
If we put the content out and that you enjoy and that it becomes a soundtrack to what you got going on, reciprocate. Break yourself. Break yourself. Fool. Thank you. Put some in that offering plate. Can the church say amen?
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you. Yeah. We accept Cash App donations.
Word. Support it. We on
Support.
Acre, Zelle, Venmo.
Shit, I take a money order.
Preach, brother.
Oh no.
Seriously. All right, cool, fine. So switching it up, right? So Rell said he had a lot of stuff to get off his chest, right? So recently we had an episode, right? And I talked about my gripe with going left with this shit, right?
Yeah.
With New York women, right? I said like, yo, listen, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here.
Uh-huh.
Right? I want to get
Hot
out of here.
boy. Hot
Right?
boy.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry if like y'all want to say this. I don't want to be nobody's stepfather. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be nobody's stepfather.
You earn the right to not want to be somebody's
right. I don't want to be nobody's stepfather. So you know what I mean. So I'm gonna give my
me
man,
to
bro.
talk?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you. You had some stuff to get off your chest. So
All right,
I
so
want you to
first
get off
of
your chest on the podcast.
All right, so I can't say nothing about New York women. Let me tell you why. I understand New York women now. It took me a long time to understand New York women. I understand New York women now. New York women, they want men to just get to the point. Believe it or not,
You think
get to
so?
the point. I think so. Like, and what I mean by get to the point, if you like a shorty and she from New York, she gonna tell you immediately if she feeling you. She gonna show you some signs. She not gonna even play about that. She gonna show you a little sign. She gonna touch your arm. She gonna say, "Oh, that's a nice hat," something, right? But if she not feeling you, she's gonna let you know. She gonna say something like this, "Yo, get out my face." So it's gonna be crazy. You gotta respect
Word
the
to
curve.
mother, B.
Yo, listen, bro. She'll call
Word
you
to
bro.
mother, bro.
When shorties call you bro, I respect that.
Yo, fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie. I've been to other states, right? And I see where the finesses are. Now, don't get me wrong, New York shorties will finesse you, but the Atlanta shorties will really finesse you. A LA shorty will really finesse you, and they'll finesse you with the charm. They have no intentions. They not feeling you at all. A New York shorty, when she's not feeling you, she gonna kind of stand on that. But when she is feeling you, she gonna be like, "Yo, bro, stop playing with me, bro. You know my body. Like, I want you. Stop playing with me, son." She gonna talk to you like that. You feel me? And as far as with you not wanting to be a stepfather, I mean, I dig it. I can't front. I understand. I get it. I'm not trying to come
I've
at
done
no
it before.
wrong. I'm not trying to come at no single mothers, but I could speak for a lot of real niggas in the world that have experienced this, and I'm gonna be real. This the Henny talking, nigga. That single mother pussy hits sometimes, dogs. Listen. Sometimes you gotta you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
To every single mother, there's a man that want to step up and do something. Well, not every. You got some single mothers who's real like retarded and crazy.
Yeah, facts.
Excuse my language. That's inappropriate, but
Right.
they fucked up, and they don't deserve a man.
Right.
But that's not just some New York shit. Like,
yeah.
even though every man in other states think that New York women they think the same in New York women.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that song. New York women are way too fresh. Too much on your mind. Let me ease that stress.
Yeah, they got places to go. New York women be going through it. I used to really come at New York women, bro. I used to be like, "Yo, why y'all so tough?" I get it.
Not me.
No, it's not
I don't
even the
look at other
toughness.
state
It's
women
not
the
even the
same.
toughness. It's the games, man.
What you mean? Like they playing games?
Not even. Nah, I wouldn't even say they playing game. Well, let me not. Yeah, I would say they are playing games.
Why you entertain that though?
I don't.
Yeah, like this the thing, bro. If a girl plays games at this stage of the game, I'm not gonna even play with you like that.
Okay, I
You
see
know
what
I'm
he's saying though. I get it. All right, so what he's saying, I get why you saying that though. But let me tell you why they do that. You growing up in New York, right? These women, and not even just them, us men, we're conditioned to living in apartments. We don't see the full value of a full, like, having everything going on. Out of state, they like, yo, we gonna take this shit serious and get a fucking house. Cause that's what they grew up with. Us here is like, fuck, nigga, we ain't grew up with that shit. We don't care about it. Like, they don't really care about it.
And New York women, they do that shit to weed out if you really are who you say you are. Like, but if you a real man, you stand on what you stand on, bro. You ain't worried about no little female games. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know you love me, baby. Stop playing with me. You heard? From the floor. Nah, listen. The thing
You
is,
sound
bro.
like a nigga in jail named Tyrone.
Nah, yo, look. But I'm telling you,
tank tops.
I'm telling you, like, listen.
Just got out.
I'm just saying, like,
Right.
there's no, like, when it come to, as a man, if you got something going on for yourself, bro, having a female is not a problem. Like, you don't even gotta look too hard, bro. They could just smell when you got your shit together. And then when they got your shit together, one thing I like about New York females, bro, they will approach you.
Yeah, that walk is different.
They will approach you.
That walk is different. They know the alpha. You can tell an alpha male.
They be like, oh, why
That
you
walk is different.
They'll say something cute, like, oh, why you walk so strong? Something like that. Like, yeah.
You think you cute.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Shit like that. You think you cute.
They do these little nitpicking shit.
Yeah, so it's not a playing game thing. You gotta understand, like, that's a nature thing. It's a woman's nature to weed out who's a weak man.
Yeah.
Because their whole body is based on survival. So when they giving up their shit, they gotta give it up to a nigga who's really strong.
That's every species.
Because that's
though.
every species.
Every
it's
species.
a survival of the fittest thing. So they want to be with the fittest nigga. That's like us. We want to be with the fly as bad as shorty. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you don't want the fly as bad as
I don't
shorty.
care about you being fly.
Right, but hear me out though. Hear me
the
out.
younger
though.
me, yeah, but that mental got to be right.
Well, I'm just saying, like, fly not physically, just fly on how she see the world. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
What she think. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, a woman who's fly is a woman who know how to use logic. You know what I'm saying? Because she learns how to think a little bit like a man and how to process things like a man, and she's not as emotional as a person who doesn't have no emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? For you to have emotional intelligence, you got to have a sense of logic.
Yeah.
And reasoning.
Instead of just
that's fly.
flipping out of every
I'm not
single
talking
move.
fly like designer. That's corny, to be honest with you. I'm talking about fly like she understand, okay, this is my role as a woman, and this is what I'm going to accept from a man, and this is who I'm rocking with as a man. And that to me, I like New York shorties because they really keep a dude from New York on their toes. Like, when you got your shit together and you doing well, shorties is going to acknowledge that. They're going to give you the time. They're going to open themselves up to you. But when you're not doing your thing, it shows. And, you know, women, I think, is ill because they can see who's who. Like, a woman's intuition and how they able to see through a man and really, you know what I'm saying? Like, see the ins and outs of that dude, that shit is valid. Like, that's why it's always good to have a female, like, a person that just, you know, you
Most of my friends are female. Most of my friends are female.
because they could point out who's a real nigga and who's not, even in your circle.
Your female friends will keep it real with you before your male friends.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They'll tell you got a booger in your nose. Your homie will look at you like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, go to the bathroom.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, we do that.
Like what?
Because Binnie be like, yo, Binnie be eating cereal, she'll be like, yo, Binnie, yo.
Yeah, this nigga always got cereal in his bed.
Nah, you ain't gonna play me like that.
But yeah,
I seen it from both of y'all.
So you said you done with New York shorties?
Me particularly, yes. I'm sorry, I keep stepping on the same dome. My fault, man.
You from uptown. I get why you saying that.
Why you saying that though?
Brooklyn shorties and uptown shorties is different.
I think uptown
I
shorties
guess.
got more hair though, respectfully.
I honestly
ain't
think the
about the
baddest drink.
goddamn
I honestly
hair.
think the baddest drinks in New York City come from Queens.
That's a fact.
The baddest drinks in New York City come from Queens.
That's a fact. Harlem got some baddies too though. Harlem, they do, bro.
I ain't into the skinny jeans and Jordans, bro.
The skinny jeans and Jordans.
A lot of them do that,
In the
bro.
Queen, in Queens.
Where?
Nah, that's uptown.
Uptown.
I mean,
Bronx.
it depends.
Yeah, the Bronx.
Probably the
and Harlem,
Bronx.
they do that
Nah,
sometimes.
Harlem, they still be wearing Macaj and shit.
Yeah. That's bad fits.
Nah, I need a, you got.
Queens is fly.
Nigga
Queens
said
is
shorty
fly.
throw a pea coat on, like.
Yeah, facts. Where's your boots? Shorty's a dress feminine.
Yeah. That's. I think they the fly drink. But me personally, I don't know. Like, you know, like me personally, like I just feel like, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I'm just living in my purpose, and like if you, like I said, if you're not on my dick, I'm not gonna show no interest at that point in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean that
You know
makes
what I'm saying?
sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I waste my time. Like that whole courtship shit.
Yeah.
Like like everybody here in their 30s, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
women are 7% of your focus. They're
Exactly.
supposed to be along for the ride, not the
Right.
ride.
Right.
You're the car. You're
Exactly.
the engine.
And like I feel like most of my 20s I stood in relationships that really didn't that I thought were going to define me as a man, which was probably the worst thing ever thinking. But now that I got into my 30s and I realized that, you know, like that wasn't what defined me. My purpose is what defined me, who I am, how I make people feel, how people, you know, perceive me. You know what I mean? Like
How do you feel about that time that you spent?
I feel like it was time wasted. You know what I'm saying? I think so. I think so.
Do you think you're a little angry about it?
No, I'm not.
I get angry about it. So I'm like, yo,
no, I'm not angry. I'm not angry.
Like,
I just,
my time with this bitch.
No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry because I like I'm the type of person I don't look at things as L's. I look at them as lessons.
Right.
Even though some people would disagree with me, right?
Yeah. Me, I take
Right.
L's.
Right. So, like he'll be
and
like, no,
lessons.
nigga, you took an L, nigga.
LLJ.
You know what I mean? L. But at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, like I feel like it was a waste of time. Like I just was caught up in these women that I thought, you know, like I had this problem that I would like envision certain shit in my head.
Well, it wasn't your fault. You gotta understand. We conditioned and programmed to fall into the illusion of romance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that comes with the kids. When we watch the kid movies, there's always a little dude chasing around the female and pedestalizing the female and yada. So we think that that's what we're supposed to do.
You're
That
supposed to
affects
get
the
a girl
subconscious.
flowers. You're supposed to take out. You're supposed
Man,
to
listen.
make.
Remember, every cartoon was based. Remember
Yeah,
that
Pepe
skunk?
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah,
He was chasing after that joint.
No cap. Skunks really do that shit.
They do?
Yeah, there was one in my backyard, and they were chasing each other the same way.
That's why you smell
But Shorty wasn't even. But Shorty.
That's African musk. Nah, but that was a skunk.
African musk.
That was a
skunk and a
that was
cat.
skunk and a cat.
No.
Shorty.
No, I'm talking a Pepe Le Pew thing.
Oh yeah,
Shorty
yeah.
was a cat.
Because she would hit the paint, and then she was a skunk. But nah, they really do
But
that.
cartoons, remember?
And
Hey
it's skinny.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
You know who had it right though? There were certain shows that had it right. There were certain like movies and cartoons that actually had it right.
Like what?
All right, I'm gonna give y'all a movie.
DuckTales or something like that.
No. Let me give y'all a movie.
Scrooge McDuck, he got the bread. You know, that's
That
So-
had what? Like the Love Life thing, right?
No, so like,
Pootie Tang.
I'm not gonna lie.
The Mac.
You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna be real.
Superfly.
We gonna touch base on Pootie Chain, but the Mac had it right.
Yeah.
The Mac had it right. My father made me watch that movie when I was a kid. Right? The Mac. I was like 15 years old when I watched that. Goldie. And I watched that movie like 40, 50 times. You know what I'm saying? And that movie kind of really told you a lot about the female dichotomy, right? Goldie came out of jail. He wasn't getting chose up on. He was still a P. He still was a player. But once he got that loan and then he got fly, he put his drip together and then he had, you know what I mean? He was driving around in a caddy and all that. Then that pimping, it just was
Natural. Just came out.
But he already had the P. He was already a player, but he got locked up. He was down bad.
But once he got in the caddy,
But
the
once he got in the
started
caddy-
calling him daddy. That made him
Yeah.
kind of happy.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Sadly.
You a player, baby. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that movies like that tell you the truth on, you know, kind of relationships in the dynamic of the power relationship between the man and woman. Because there's power games between everybody. But that power game between men and women is real. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, I think the reason why you say you wasted time is because you ended up focusing on a female instead of gaining more power.
Exactly.
Meaning gaining more finances, gaining more resources. I was listening to this thing, Kevin Samuels said that from age 35, you shouldn't take no female serious until after age 35.
Right.
From your 20s to 35 should be your fitness, preparing your financial situation, taking as many calculated risks as you can when you're young, getting your education together, and then serious female relationships come 35 plus.
Yeah.
But we wasn't taught that. So
Right. I feel like that's one thing. You know, at that time, like, you know, I was just broke. I'll be honest with you, I was broke. You know what I mean? I was coming out of school. I was having a nice little joint. And I was just like, yo, but then, you know, the demons is outside, bro. They got the bread, they got the bag. So, you know what I mean? At that point, you know, you got to cut your losses and stuff like that. So you kind of get into like that spiraling effect of, and at that time, yeah, I was focused on women.
yeah.
And I was like, that was the worst thing I could ever do. Because at the end of the day, what's the saying? You could lose money. You could lose money chasing women, but you'll never lose money chasing money. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
TK
saying?
Kirkland said you shouldn't be dealing with no woman unless you got 10K in the bank. I'd say put 20K in the bank, double that up for inflation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
30 at this point, right?
That's 30 at this point.
Right.
Where it's gone, and that's the reality of the situation. But we shamed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's lit to kind of see. You know what I mean? Just being a little bit older, to kind of see different like people talk about these things from a male perspective, because I think we never really had no male media or no guidance. Like, I mean, say what you want, looking at people like
Will
Kevin
Smith?
Samuels.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say Will Smith. That's a bad one.
No, I'm just saying like the dynamic.
No,
right?
that's that. I don't even get into that. Hollywood relationships, we do not know what goes on behind it.
Right. Swingers and shit.
Yeah, that's a different ball game. But
Right.
I'm talking about like just black male media talking about black male issues and really,
shedding light on it.
yeah, shedding light on saying, look, fellas, it's not about shorties right now. In your 20s and 30s, your 20s to 30s is your pivotal building years. They're not years for you to be dealing with women. If you play the cards correctly, you could really have the best options.
Yeah.
And the best choices of quality, not just women, but quality people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like 9 times out of 10, if you dealing with a bad quality female, that's not the only low quality person you got in your life.
Facts.
You got low quality
you're comfortable
family.
with.
That water seeps its own level. You know what I'm saying?
That was
Right.
about OQP.
Only quality people.
I agree with you 100%. Like I feel like, that those different relationships kind of play a huge role, you know what I mean, on who we are as men. But, I'm not growing up in a single mother household and stuff like that, not having the male figure to tell. I'm actually gonna do a series on that. 10 things my father never taught me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you speak to your father now?
No, my father passed.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to?
I mean, we tried, but my father was in and out of my life for a long time, man. My father was around. Actually, when I was born, my parents weren't even together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then he came back around, had my brother.
It's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
It's tough.
That's what it was. You know what I'm
They
saying?
said, "Fuck it, we ain't gonna step out."
It's tough.
Well, it was like thing, and then like to hear like the certain things like what my mother had to go through and certain things that she wanted to do just to keep a family nucleus that never really was. You know what I'm saying? It affected me, and it was like a cycle. Like it had like a psychological effect on things.
Did you ever get a chance to hear your father's side of the story? Because it's two sides.
Well, to be honest with you, his side was always accusing the other side. It never was like a side. Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
It was never it was always like accusing the other side of what that other side did, and never what he.
Nobody ever
did.
took accountability.
There was no accountability at the time. So at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm, and I would never jack, because I feel like I'm proud that my mom raised me, proud that my aunt had a major part of my life raising me, my grandmother, rest in peace, who I am as a person. One of the things that they said, that, your word is your bond. You know what I mean? Your word must be impeccable. That's one of the 4 agreements. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep it, you know what I mean? As far as like, if I say something, I'm going to do it. But, like I said, like when it came to that, like I never really had that understanding of what it is to deal with women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We never really had that understanding of what's the importance, what we're supposed to do. At the end of the day, it was just like, hey, I'm sorry to say this, but the more bitches you had, the more the man you was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I understood was, and it had to be fly. To the point that I would even argue with my brother, because I'd be like, yo, you got some whack joints. You got to step your game up. But at the end of the day, I had to understand as I got older that, it's not about what I want, it's what about what the other person wants.
And the whack joints be stable. Let's not play around.
Stable
like
coin.
if
I don't know.
If you look at billionaire wives, they're not baddies. They're regular women.
Right.
Like here's the thing with women and looks today. A lot of women that I notice spend a lot of time in their looks, and it's okay. And I'm not disputing the fact of keeping yourself together and being fly or whatever. But the reality is that beauty fades. And, we are men of age. So I think I could speak for everybody in this room where now we gauge a woman and we gauge a situation by not really the look so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's an important factor. But what is she going to do to my life? Is she going to help my life or harm my life? Just them two simple equations and answering that question honestly, that comes with wisdom. And with women who focus a lot on their looks, I just hope and pray that you also understand that beauty fades. And at the end of the day, personal development, character development,
Right.
that's priceless.
That's huge.
Priceless.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
huge. That's huge. I'm gonna move away from this topic because I don't want to.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Listen, I got enough bashing from the last couple joints that I got. It's like, oh, you don't like single mothers? It's not that, sweetheart. I just don't want to do that no more.
Well, you got that right, because you ain't got no children. That's one. You don't need to be, so any female who says that, it's a shaming tactic. Like, grow up,
Right.
sis.
Right.
You got choices. You like women, you like men the way you like men.
And y'all
That's your
flex it all the
choice.
time.
And it's crazy that you say whatever you want, and like
Yeah.
it's like literally we gotta accept that. But all right, so I'll have a few questions left, but this is important, right? So I always ask my guests, right? What do they think? What would they define entrepreneurship, right? And would you say is a necessity now more than ever, being with the current climate that we in? You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think it's just a necessity. And there's also two types of entrepreneurship. I kind of forgot the term of the other one. Basically, what I'm saying is you could do the one that's like everybody knows about, where it's like all you rely on is your different hustles and different incomes coming in. And then the other one is that you can actually be at a job and still be an entrepreneur and go up through the company. So like that's something that everybody should understand, because not everybody is meant to
Boss the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah,
Gotta have a work. Somebody gotta clean the pool, right?
right, but it's not even just that. Like, not everybody can stomach those nights where it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Those true like sacrifices that you have to cut off what people mostly know, which is like go to work every single day. You get what I'm saying? Like I've done both. I'm doing both now. I've had it where I didn't know I was gonna eat or sleep, and I've also had it where I was good. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it and I know what works for me, but for everybody that's not the case. So, that's what I would say.
Right.
I would say at this moment, entrepreneurship is needed, but it's needed in fields that really advance society, right? Because entrepreneurship is a term that gets thrown around nowadays because it's one of those things where nobody wants to work for another person. And everyone wants to be able to have their biggest asset and commodity, which is time. But the challenge with that is entrepreneurs have to be of service. And if you're an entrepreneur in a product or service that is not really pushing for, then you're not really an entrepreneur in its true sense of the word, because entrepreneurs start business and take risk to serve others. And a lot of people say, yo, I want to be an entrepreneur because of the things that they will receive, which is fine. But true entrepreneurs, the ones who really make the world go round, understand that it's about serving humanity, solving problems of humanity. And that's where you separate the top dogs from the little dogs. You know,
I kind of like to piggyback on what Rell was saying.
don't piggyback over me, man. I don't like pig. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, to crippy back off off of what Rell said, right? There's a so something happened at my mom's crib where it was like a leak had to get fixed. And then my mom, I'm like, yo, my uncles, they would have fixed that shit already. Like the older entrepreneurs, that was the carpenters, the electricians, they're dying out. So now it's scarce that you'll see a young person doing these things. So it's exactly what you're saying. Everybody kind of want to do what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Nobody want to get their hands dirty anymore. But like it makes no sense at this point right now, certain things to me. Like everybody want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
When you got to call somebody to fix something in your crib.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody really knows how to do these things. Like Rell says, the people that really make the world go round. Like I'll be looking at. I was like, yo, if I was still in high school, I would take a trade.
Yeah.
I would have left this bitch and went and got a trade instead of being in this shit.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I fully agree with what Rell was saying.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the definition of entrepreneurship. So lastly, what? First of all, can we listen to some new music before we leave?
I don't know if it's gonna play through on the camera,
All right,
but yeah, we could cue.
we could definitely cue something up, some music, and maybe we could talk about Narsie's bidding war. I don't know.
Yeah, facts.
I got an album dropping 9/34.
Yes, sir.
When's that dropping? When's that dropping?
Step off the porch.
January,
Top of the year,
Top of the
first
year.
quarter.
first quarter.
Okay.
That's my gift to myself, Capricorn.
Okay,
January.
okay.
See, I'm a Capricorn.
Nah, that was weird.
Can.
Here we go. Yo, Binnie, take off your turban and throw it at him.
Don't take that shit
Sacred.
off.
Hell no.
That nigga got 3 braids on his head. Y'all remember when Martin became a monk? Benny.
Ah,
Nah.
they got 3 berries to the fade.
Yo, this dude is this.
Yo.
No, man. I like. First of all, I just like before we put on the music, I just want to say I really appreciate y'all. Having us here, man. Because it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I got to pay a toll to come here, but it was all worth it. Be with y'all. Yeah, of course, man. I gotta come out here, man. I had to come out here and show y'all love. That's a fact. But as far as like if you guys need anything from us as far as like visuals, help with anything, I know y'all were always willing to help us out. I just want to create like a collective, right? So we all grow. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it by myself. We was joking around before we got on, but I purposely promote, and I'm gonna do this right after this for the ads. I purposely promote my mans and them. I make sure Binnie's music is the music that you hear when the Balance Effect podcast comes on, because I want to promote the different forms of talent that I'm showcasing. You know what I mean? On an everyday basis, and I want everybody to grow. I'm not asking for favors, man.
Yeah.
And I know that Rell has said something like, trying to be self-sufficient. One of the things that he told me, and I was like, nah, man, I got mad people that got cameras and stuff like that. He was like, nigga. You need to be self-sufficient, because when it's time for you to use that shit and niggas say no, what you gonna do?
Yeah, facts.
When you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
because it was just crazy, because it's just like you want to be self-sufficient. Not saying that you have that friends won't do stuff for you, but you want to be able to have your own stuff. So when you go, you got to move. Like, see, like when I had to come out here, it wasn't a problem. You know what I mean? So it was about being self-sufficient. You know what I mean? And with that being said, we run the ads. So the next ad is definitely sponsored by the Tone Agency.
Tone Agency.
Yeah, Quan can
Big
talk to you about Tone Agency. Tell them what Tone Agency does, Quan.
Tone Agency will change your life. The Tone Agency is an agency that's pretty much giving artists corporate opportunities, or at least putting them in line with those situations. Anywhere from, if you're an artist, for example, and you paint and stuff like that, we try to have you figure out a way to be able to work with somebody to maybe get into design, fashion artists, any type of artist that you are, music, whatever. We are trying to figure out how to point you in the right direction. So come see us at the Tone Agency. Give us a call. Let's do some business.
Definitely help you with the social media person.
Website, thetoneagency.com.
I just wanted to just thank you guys for having us on and stuff like that. It definitely was like, I felt like I was home, you know what I mean? Just talking shit with my brothers.
It's love, bro. To even see you fully push, because I remember you talking about this.
Yeah.
Facts.
And you really pushing with it. You got a couple episodes under your belt. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
He's a big
You out
dog.
here stomping with the big dog.
Yeah.
So it's an honor to see you doing this, because I know over quarantine you was always talking about this. And
Yeah.
Damn, you really went out and did it. Like,
Yeah.
So it's real to see you come up. Like,
Right.
It's real. Like,
I
it's real.
appreciate that 100%, because like, trust me, it wasn't easy, man. The first season was a lot of growing pains.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was taking on too much work at that time.
Yeah.
And like I was burnt out. But then like I had to take it. What we recorded we last recorded what was, I think, November of last year.
Yeah.
This was after I came back from Colombia the first time. So I was like, I'm done. Once it was an hour and a half episode, and I'm like, I gotta edit this. Nah, I'm not editing it. I said no, I'm good. That shit we gonna sit in the stash whenever the fuck I feel ready to do that. So I was like, I'm gonna find an editor. Niggas like, yeah, I'm gonna edit. Then what ended up happening was, you know, I was just like, oh no, we gonna do it, and I'm gonna make myself self-sufficient. I bought another camera, bought some lights, bought more XLRs and stuff like that. Even though I left the bag, so you know, y'all definitely looked out today on the lights.
So good.
You know what I mean?
Teamwork.
But you know, and I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do it based off what I wanted to do in the first place. I felt like I was going way left with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was burnt out because I was recording, editing, creating, producing me.
Damn. Welcome to the club.
Right. Right. And I had to sit down with a mentor of mine, and he's like, yo, listen, you buy sneakers every 2 weeks, right? I was like, sometimes, yeah. Well, I could tell you I buy like maybe 3-4 pairs a month, right? All right, so how about you buy no sneakers? You sell some sneakers, right? And now you start paying that shit to your business, so eventually that business starts paying for your sneakers.
Yeah, or make your business buy your sneakers and write that off as a wardrobe.
Right.
Because you're on camera.
That's what
Right.
he said.
I said it in the tax advice way.
You know what I mean? And that's what I ended up doing. I said, okay, I'm going to just produce and promote. I'm gonna be the talent. I decided I was gonna get an editor. He's gonna edit my own shit. You know what I mean? And that kind of took so much of the burden where I just had to record.
Mm-hmm. Fine.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, it's all about as we going back to entrepreneurship. You know, as an entrepreneur, you always have to pay yourself first. When I mean pay yourself first, pay your business. You know what I mean? So that your business can pay your bills, pay your business first. Because if not, you won't be able to do anything.
Facts.
But we definitely gonna listen to the music off camera and stuff like that. Because I'm not previewing nothing. I don't want to get slapped with no copyright infringements and nothing like that. Because I have no money for Red Autumn.
And Binnie will sue.
Right.
I have it ready.
He needs a whole new collection of turbans.
Different flavors.
Hey, that
The turquoise one coming out soon.
He just bought a leopard one.
Yeah.
Yo, but hold
said
on, but
it's
you got a
leopard.
Dior one though.
Leopard home.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has a
Gotcha.
Dior one.
Nigga said, I do not. I am broke.
But I definitely want to thank y'all for coming on.
Too. It's like a little blanket when he's warm. You know, you can snuggle up.
Yo, this dude is going
Hey,
in
this
right
nigga got on jeggings
Oh, man. You know what, man? Like, listen,
with the
man.
pockets cut.
Yo,
Binnie got attacked by a bear in his lower extremities.
man, it's your boy Just Prince, man.
This is your boy Binnie Musa.
We the Balance Effect podcast. Clap it up.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you how fucked up these guys are. We ain't even introduced ourselves. My name is Narsie, by the way. You can follow
Yes,
me
we
on
did.
Instagram.
Yes, we did.
Nah, we
Nah, we gotta do last one.
We got go ahead.
No, we did. I just wanted to fuck with y'all. I wanted to make y'all balance unbalanced. Fuck y'all Libra scale.
What are you talking about, man? Listen,
You can follow me on Instagram
put
at
your socials up. Put your
NARSIE_. Follow me on Christians Mingle at Little Saint. I'm the
Yo, you can follow me. You can follow me on
Yo, I'm done.
Don't put your cameras out. This is on the
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
You can follow me on Instagram, unless you my baby mother. Bing bong.
Yo, this is the Balance Effect podcast episode. I don't even know.
cut, nigga, cut.
I'm feeling your pain, it's part of the hustle. Think with your mind, do work with your muscle. A beautiful Janet, poetic justice. A broke nigga, end of discussion. See money talks, you niggas talk too much. All that hating sound.